Hey everybody, it's Amanda Moxley, and it is Saturday morning, and I am out on a run, and I wanted to talk to you today about success, that it is yours, and here's how, and a little bit of why. So, first of all, if you're an entrepreneur, which you are, because why else would you be watching this video? And the point is, my ideal clients are entrepreneurs, right? Because you're my clients. Okay, so my point is that success is yours, and here's why, and here's how. If you are an entrepreneur, which you are, you've got to decide to be successful. You've got to just go in it to win it. You have to decide that you're going to be successful no matter what, and you have to act successful and act like it. Now, a lot of times you're getting what you're predominantly feeling and vibing. And so success is an attitude. Success is a come from. Success is it's a way of being, a way of thinking, a way of feeling, a way of living. And your ego is going to try to block you, because that's its job. As the ego is going to speak to you in different ways. Sometimes the ego shows up as a very critical voice, but or it's like this little wounded child. And the thing is, you'll always know the difference between love, God, source, spirit. You'll know that voice, and then you'll know the other voice, which is negative and condoning and condemning and rude and telling you can't do it, and who do you think you are? That's the ego. So you're always going to know the difference, and the more that you can tune into your higher self and that still small voice and listen to those whispers. For example, I'm launching a new program. I'm getting ready for my next event, and as I've been creating it, and behind the scenes there's a lot going on with the creation and building and preparing and getting my teams on board, everything. And so but in the back of my head, I hear this little voice, and this little voice says, this is going to work. This is so going to work. This is going to be so successful. Who wouldn't want to do this? This is the most amazing thing you've actually ever offered, and it's going to be super successful. So that is the voice I listen to. It's an inner knowing. And then there are times where there's a voice that says other things in my mind that are not positive, that are not loving, that are not supportive to what it is that I want to create. And you have to know the difference between the two. So you need to decipher, and you need to discern which voice is talking to you at that time. And this is how you're going to be able to become successful. That's my breathing alarm at the top of the hour. I have a breathing alarm to tune me into my breath. So that's how you're going to know about your success, okay? That's how you're going to know. So listen to that. The other thing is that you have a chronic way of feeling and thinking. This is my little Bluetooth that I use when I'm running. Okay. So the other thing is, you have a chronic vibration, a chronic way of feeling or thinking. It's a program default mechanism that you predominantly are vibing out. And so it's an emotional scale. And on an emotional scale, you can either choose to feel super high and super high vibe and appreciative and full of empowerment and joy and exuberance, enthusiasm and happiness, and this is awesome and I love it and life is for me. You can choose to be up there. Or you could choose to be, hi Natalie, good morning. Or you can choose to be in that lower one of a predominant feeling. So if you could tune into your feelings, and I mean, I've been tuning into my feelings for a long time, and I know some people aren't really even aware of their feelings, but if you tune into your feelings, what would be your predominant vibration? Like, what are you predominant feeling or thinking? A lot of times I kind of vacillate between joy and then I also get, hi, my son. I also get I have another vibration of impatience and frustration, and also fear, guilt, unworthiness, insecurity. So that's kind of like the scale, right? So you want to tune in and decide and see, where are you? So Natalie, where would you say where is your chronic, where would you say you spend most of your time and you hang out? Hi, bud. Where do you generally hang out? Because it's a practice way of being. It's a practice way of feeling, vibing, being, and the more you can just be aware of where you are, and then the next thing is, when you have your goals of success of where you want to be, what is the end result of that? How do you, so for me, let's say I want to create a multi-million-dollar business. So what does that look and what does that feel like? Well, that feels like ecstatic joy, epic levels of positive experiences, amazingness. That's what it feels like to me. So that means that that's really how I want to feel, and that's really what I want to go for. The money really has nothing to do with it. The money's just a juicy byproduct of those feelings of elation, right? The money is just, it's about anything anything you're doing it because you think it's going to make you feel a different way. It's really bright out here. So that's what you need to know is what is the energetic address. So I have sticky notes all over my house. Here's a little pointer. I'm going to put this hat on. I have sticky notes all over my house. And my sticky notes say that, maybe I'm just not going to go into the sun. There we go. That's better. Okay. So I have sticky notes all over my house. Hi, Christy. Good morning. How are you? So I have sticky notes all over the house, and they say what my income goal is. I have 50K months are my new normal. 50K months are my new normal. But then at the same time, right next to that, guess what I have? I say joy is my new normal. Joy is my frequency. So have an income goal, but also put on there, like, how do you really want to feel? And then just practice feeling happy, practice feeling joyful. So like this morning with the family, John was like, he woke up like 3 hours. I woke up at 6. The kids woke up, Phoebe woke up at 7, so I woke up at 8. So then by 9 o'clock he was up, which is okay. And he just felt, like a little behind, right? And I was like, my intention is just feel like totally happy today and have an amazing, amazing day today. That's what I want. And so, it's like you can choose and you can program how you want to feel in that day. Every morning, how do you want to feel? How do you want to show up? How do you want this day to be? So that's it. So success is yours, and here's why. It's because if you want it, you can have it. And problem is, most people are vibrating at very mediocre, and here is another good point. A lot of us are really comfortable. We have everything, right? We have so much. It's not like we need anything more, but we want more things. So what I would encourage you to do, this has been a huge flip for me because I honestly have everything like I've ever wanted and then some. I'm so grateful and so blessed and so appreciative for, I've got the dream house. I have a beautiful husband. We're celebrating 12 years tomorrow, marriage, an amazing business, amazing clients. I've got awesome kids. They definitely are challenging for sure. Just like the whole, patience and things I'm learning. But I figured out how to maintain a certain level of awesomeness, right? And I find that it's all about expansion. That's what I'm trying to get out here. It's all about expansion. So it's not wrong if you want more. And what I had the biggest breakthrough this week is that your wants, you want to turn, because I would be like, I want a new car. I want to get a Porsche Cayenne. I'm not sure when it's going to happen, but I'm very clear that. And so I'm really feeling it. I'm seeing it in my car. But I've had like this old car that's already paid for. It's like, it has a third row. It's a good mom car. It's good for the carpool. And I'm haven't ever really been a car person, and I realized, I don't need a new car. And then of course I've got all these environmental concerns and then yet I could do a hybrid Porsche Cayenne. And so I'm like, I don't really need a new car, but I really want it. So what you want to do is you want to turn your wants into needs. And I know this definitely has triggered, the part of me that's like, there's people starving in Africa and I could, there's definitely, it triggers those kind of things, right? So you got to work through that. Like, why is it that if you have a really nice Porsche Cayenne, why is that hurting anyone in Africa? Is that hurting anyone? Possibly, yeah. Possibly not, though. So, I got to still work through it, okay? I have other things to work through. So, the point is turn these wants that you have, okay? Let's say you have everything, base levels covered, but you still want more, but you make yourself wrong, or you're like, I can't have my cake and eat it too, or I should just have a little bit, or I should just be happy. Whenever you're shitting on yourself, you don't want to shit on yourself. So my breakthrough this week in terms of success and why you can have it, and here's how, is turn your wants into needs. turn your wants of the things that you really desire, like convince and condition your brain that you actually need what it is that you want. These are your desires of your heart. And I have been putting off so many desires of my heart, of what I really, really want, because I feel like I don't need it and I shouldn't have it. And it's just a little too much if I just am so over the top in my how good I can stand it. Which brings me to another point. Many of us are really conditioned to thinking that we're okay. Here's what I'm saying. A lot of us had pretty tough challenges, childhoods, maybe, our whole lives. We were born here to learn lessons. So we had some tough times. All of us have. And so we might not have had the best upbringing or best whatever, or best 20s or 30s, or maybe you've had challenge in marriage or work or whatever. But it's so then what happens as a default, you've realized that struggle and give me some hearts or love, or share this video if this is helpful. But many of you and us are more accustomed to struggle and strife, and it's got to be hard, than to ease and joy and feeling good. And feeling good is really it's a practice. You have to practice allowing epic levels of awesome feelings in, and increasing your ability to receive pleasure and be in pleasure and be in joy. And that can be, actually for me, that's the hardest thing, is expanding my level of joy, expanding my level of pleasure. And of course, I've got all these stories about why I can't, and blah, 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 from religion and culture and family and society. And the other shoe was always dropping when I was a kid, right? So I am really, really practicing, and I encourage all of us to really practice expanding our ability to feel good, expanding our ability to allow the love and the joy and the goodness in. And when you're able to expand and increase epic levels of joy and goodness, then it's just going to get better and better. So your new mantra is, the better it gets, the better it gets. Yeah, right, Christy? Totally understand, I know. And so let's do that. That's what I'm doing. And it's scary to receive. It's vulnerable to receive, I'd say. And it's vulnerable to allow joy and pleasure. So the more of that you can let in, and to increase your ability to deeply enjoy your life, then you're going to be a vibrational match to everything that you desire. You're going to be calling in whatever it is you want, because it's the match that you already are. So I hope you've enjoyed this super successful Saturday serenade from my run. And my little guy's over there, he's so cute. He's riding his bike. What you doing, bud? He's got his yo-yos. Okay, well, have a beautiful day, everybody. Thanks for watching, and share this video, comment if you're watching it later. Have a beautiful day. Give me some feedback. And let's all, as a community, rise up and enjoy and increase our levels of how good can you stand it and your joy. Have a good day. Bye.